Dear Mr. Albright, I was mighty pleased to learn that the photograph I sent to you of Wyatt Earp is now proudly displayed on the wall of your home. Here in Tombstone, we just celebrated the 5th anniversary of Wyatt Earp as our marshal. And folks came from miles around to thank him for restoring law and order to our fair town. I passed along your greetings to Marshal Earp, and he asked me to tell you how much he looks forward to meeting you in person.
Wyatt Earp. In person.
Just think, Mr. Albright. Only another 12 months, only another 12 modest payments, and your name will be emblazoned on the doors and windows of Winnegar's Jewelry and Optics Arcade. As we here in Tombstone await that historic day, may you be inspired by that stirring phrase that has echoed since creation. Those 4 prophetic words that are the perfect motto for our fledgling profession. Let there be light. Respectfully yours, your fellow crusader for better vision, Charles W.W. Winnegar.
Let there be light.
Now try not to blink. Now look to your left. Good. Now to your right. Good. Now slowly look up. Excellent.
Well, does this mean that I require spectacles, Dr. Albright?
Mr. Albright. Optometrists are not considered part of the medical profession, Mrs. Whitney. At least not yet. As for spectacles, my examination indicates you do indeed require them.
Oh, dear. Not those thick ones, I hope.
When you read by lamplight, do the letters seem unsteady and at times appear double?
Yes.
Do you find that by shutting one eye, you relieve the problem?
Why, yes. How did you know that?
Yes, Miss Lawton?
There are 4 patients waiting outside, Mr. Albright. One of them has been waiting over an hour.
I will be with him shortly.
Yes, but you know how upset my uncle gets.
Thank you, Miss Lawton. Where were we, Mrs. Whitney?
Well, you were explaining, most fascinatingly, why needles, Mr. Albright.
So I was. The human eye, Mrs. Whitney. A thing of beauty.
Are you trying to ruin me, Mr. Albright? Is that your intention, to bankrupt this establishment?
No, sir, not at all.
Before you came here, there was a box with a dozen lenses sitting on the counter. Our customers tried them until they found the ones that gave them the best results. The average fitting time took less than 5 minutes.
Mr. Lawton, 1 year ago, the ophthalmoscope was just coming into popular use. Most opticians knew nothing about Donder's work in refraction, hypermetropia, or for that matter, lamellar cataracts.
I did not hire you to establish an institute for advanced optical study.
I'm fully aware of that.
How encouraging.
You hired me because more and more of your customers were going across the street to purchase their spectacles at
Mr.
Miller &
Albright,
Miller's.
I do not care to...
And the reason they were deserting you for Miller's was because I was there prescribing eyeglasses that worked.
Mr.
But if you
Albright...
feel that returning to your box with a dozen lenses will improve business, 2 weeks' notice will be more than satisfactory.
Night, Miss Lawton. Good night. Is everything all right, Mr. Albright?
If you mean, am I still employed here, the answer, for the moment at least, is yes.
I'm so glad. I mean, you do such fine work. Yours is such a noble profession.
I'm afraid not everyone shares your high opinion of optometry.
Oh, but what you do is so useful. I stand behind a counter all day long selling silly baubles to silly people. What do you do when you aren't examining eyes?
I read. I try to keep up on the latest ophthalmological findings and what's being done with lenses here and abroad.
Do you ever go to the theater? Concerts? Nature walks? Any hobbies you pursue?
I collect antique spectacle frames.
I mean, not connected with your work.
One. Of sorts.
What sort, Mr. Albright?
You probably laugh.
Try me.
The West.
The West?
The Wild West.
Oh, that West. What do you do with it?
I don't do anything with it. I sort of carry it around. In here.
You think about it?
I dream about it, Miss Lawton. What it would be like to lead a cattle drive across purple plains. Stand shoulder to shoulder with men like Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp at the OK Corral. To watch the people of Tombstone flocking to a splendid optical establishment with my name emblazoned above its doors.
It sounds heavenly. I daydream too. My favorite is prowling the seas as a pirate. Sometimes when I'm showing jewelry to some fussy old crab of a customer, I think what fun it would be to hoist her from a mast or slice off her head.
Imagine that.
Mr. Albright, do you realize that we've worked in the same store for nearly 6 months now, and I don't even know your first name?
It's Ernest.
Mine's Lucy, though I've always wished I'd been named Lucette or Lucia.
I find all three extremely becoming.
So's Ernest, so dashing.
May I ask you something, Miss Lawton?
Why, of course.
You don't think... If someone like myself went out west, do you think I'd be out of place?
Heavens, no. I think you'd fit in splendidly.
Really? There is one bona fide hobby I pursue, Miss Lawton.
What?
Gunfighting.
Gunfighting? My. Where on earth do you learn a thing like that?
A farm in New Jersey, a chicken farm.
You shoot chickens?
No. I train there with a gunfighter named O'Banion. Retired. But he used to be one of the finest shots in the West.
Tutored by a genuine gunfighter? Goodness me.
He says I'm a born marksman, though I'm still pretty hopeless in the draw.
Oh, I can't imagine you being hopeless at anything, Mr. Albright. When do you attend these shooting classes of yours?
Every Sunday, rain or shine.
How dedicated.
The chicken farm is not the most refined environment in the world.
I adore the smell of chickens.
Miss Lawton,
Lucy,
would you...
would I like to accompany you to the chicken farm and watch you practice the manly art of gunfighting? I'd love to.
Doing just fine, scaring the hell out of my chickens, but you ain't doing a darn thing to Billy. Stiff as a board, sonny. It's gonna draw loose. Yeah, like this. Half as fast as I used to be.
Try again?
Sure, try all you like. Only remember, in a real shootout, he only gets to try once. Yeah, are you ready?
Ready.
I've never seen that done before. I don't know how that happened. Oh, what the... Ah!
Thank you. Thank you. That's fine, thank you.
Yeah, she's this time. Sonny, just go for Billy. Right in the old pumperoo now. You ready?
Ready.
Roll! You son of a gun, you done it!
Whitehead, I'm sorry.
Sorry? What you sorry for? You done it! You got him dead to rights!
Not one hit anywhere.
Not the scarecrow, you darn fool! This ticket here! First time a man ever drawn hit his gun right between the eyes, and I live to see it. Hallelujah, glory be the Lord be praised!
I don't claim to know much about the art of gunfighting, but it did seem to me that toward the end you were getting closer. It was very unkind of Mr. O'Banion to carry on like that. Why, I just recently read an article which said that making mistakes is an indispensable part of the learning process. What are you doing? That's your pistol.
I think we had best start walking. Just leave that where it is, please.
I'm not going to let you just throw it away. I know what it means to you.
I have no further use for it. I obviously cannot shoot.
In that case, you're not only a defeatist, you're a liar.
Well, can you shoot or can't you?
It depends.
What does that mean?
It means I can. I do it my own way.
Show me your way.
I am not a trained SEAL, Miss Lawton. I see no reason at all why I should make a...
Is it loaded?
Yes.
And are all those, whatever you call them, full?
Chambers, this is idiotic.
What can you hit? Can you hit that tree?
Yes.
If I hang my hat from this branch, do you think you can hit it?
If I show you, will you drop this whole thing?
No promises. Can you hit, Mr. Albright? What if I throw a stick in the air?
I've never tried a flying object.
It's the first time for everything. I love you. I'm going to throw 3 of these sticks in the air as fast as I can. See what you can do. Mr. Albright?
Yes, Miss Lawton.
You shoot good enough for me.
Morning.
Morning.
Excuse me. Can I help you, sir?
Who are you?
I'm the optometrist.
I'm the optometrist. And these instruments are my personal property.
Perhaps you'd better speak to Mr. Lawton.
Mr. Lawton.
My. We don't even bother to knock.
I thought the other day when we discussed our appointments...
That you and I had resolved our differences. When I resolve a difference, Mr. Albright, I always do so on my terms.
Then all this business about you keeping up with the times...
The agreeable young man who has taken your place will continue prescribing lenses at a more profitable pace. Oh, and another small matter concerning my niece. If you insist on continuing to see her, I shall have no recourse but to discharge her as well, which would be a pity, especially in this time of scarce employment.
My dear Miss Lawton, I thank you. Your confidence in me has reignited a spirit of adventure that had begun to grow dim from too much planning and waiting. By the time you receive this, I shall very likely be on my way to Tombstone. Before long, however, I hope to be able to send you a small item that I believe will bring you some pleasure. An actual photograph of a fine new optical establishment with my name above the door. Until then, I remain gratefully yours, Ernest A. Albright.
What wonderful country. What's wonderful about it? It's so wide open. It's flat. It's flat and parched. They ain't had proper rain in close to 8 months. Would you look at that? First time out here. Yep. Thought as much. Headed where?
Tombstone.
You look eager to get there.
Can't wait.
Can't wait to get to Tombstone. You're new to these parts, all right.
Vittles, soda pop, biscuits. Hurry, folks, or it's all gone.
I'll take a look at those.
Vittles, soda pop, biscuits.
Ooh, that's an awful lot of greenbacks to be carrying around out here.
10-year savings. I'll be trading it in for a store deed as soon as we get to Tombstone.
We ain't there yet. The Doom Boys consider all trains and stagecoaches passing through them parts as their own personal property.
Doom Boys? I thought all that had changed since Wyatt Earp's been Marshal.
Only thing that's changed is that they stay clear of Tombstone. Anything outside of town, they do with as they will.
Why doesn't anyone go after them?
Why? Luke, Lester, Lee, Lorne, Len, Link, Lyle, Leroy, Lazarus, Leander.
10 brothers?
Every one of them big and mean and red-headed.
It's not right. Them being able to flaunt the law like that.
Oh, you tell them that. With that bulging out of your jacket, you'll be the first one in this car they'll want to talk to. They'll have a real conversation with you.
have us ready. Now, just keep calm and cooperate. There won't be no trouble.
Two boys, what did I tell you?
Okay, folks.
Luke and Lester.
Just a couple of minutes of your time. Don't be stingy now.
Yeah! All right, how y'all doing this morning? Come on, fill it up. Yes, sir. Put it in there. Come on, everything got all day.
What the hell's that?
My examination case.
Well, open it up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Come on, hurry up.
Yeah! Come on. Give me that, too. How's it going, Dad? Good morning. Fill them up here. Come on, dude.
Hey, Luke. Who's this?
It's that English Duke we taught to dance outside of Tucson.
I say, old chap. I say, old chap.
What?
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Hey!
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 I'm just funning with you.
Don't be funning with me, Luke. Cut the funning. Give me that.
All right, give me a what? Hey, open it.
Where the hell did you fix your examination case? You think your Starsky didn't take your money and your life?
I can't examine eyes without those lenses.
You crazy? You want to get us all killed?
Come on.
I have to have that case. Excuse me.
What the hell you want, eh? 4 eyes?
I just thought if you were done with that.
Oh, 4 eyes wants his little old bag back.
It's just lenses.
Hey, Luke.
Huh?
I got a customer here. He wants a return on his merchandise.
What kind of merchandise?
Here.
What the hell is this?
It's just lenses, Luke.
Well, in that case...
No! No! No, stop!
It's taken me 10 years to put that set together. Look, if stomping on lenses is your idea of fun, if you want something really good...
He does that real nice, don't he, Luke?
Real pretty.
That's medical equipment. Please be careful.
Mr. Albright, I am honored to make your acquaintance, sir. I heard about what happened. A truly inspirational act of heroism. Truly inspirational.
Thank you. And the 2 cases, too.
The name is Dooley. Simon J. Dooley. Mr. Winnegar's attorney.
Isn't Mr. Winnegar?
Supposed to meet you? Wore himself to a frazzle getting everything shipshape for you. Doctor ordered him to Silver City for a rest. We'll take the bags to the hotel.
Oh, thank you.
My, won't a bed feel good after 12 days on a train?
Oh, wait a minute. Hotel? My living quarters are over the store.
Oh, yes, indeed. The entire 2nd floor painted fresh this morning. Hotel's just for tonight. Give the paint a chance to dry before you move yourself in. Yes, indeedy. This town has grown and prospered since Mr. W. got started here.
This isn't the main street.
Oh, no. Just a shortcut to the hotel. Now, like yourself, Mr. W. is a man of vision. Took one look at Tombstone and saw gold.
Quite a profitable go of it, according to the financial statements he sent me.
They sure look good, don't they? Give your hand with those?
No, thanks. Just the same.
You remind me of Mr. W. when he was your age. Strong, broad shoulders, bright, eager eyes. Clearly a man who's come out here not just for money, but for adventure. And you won't be disappointed, no sirree, Bob. This town is full of challenges and surprises. I can promise you that. Well, here we are. Tried the other hotels, booked solid, every one of them.
Well, I guess a bad is a bad.
True. I suppose it's time.
Time? Oh, yes, of course. $450, if you'd care to count it.
If it's one thing I have learned in my profession, it's to know an honest man when I see one. An historic moment. And in addition to the keys to the store, your deed of ownership. The changing of the guard is now completed. From now on, it's the Ernest A. Albright Jewelry and Optics Arcade.
Thank you. Thank you.
You the fellow that got in a shoving match with Luke and Lester Doom on the train this afternoon?
I'm afraid I was mostly on the receiving end.
Marshall's in the saloon, like a word with you.
Marshall alert.
Only Marshall we got.
One minute. Wyatt Earp wants a word with me. Just like his photographs.
What brings you to these parts, son?
Marshall's waiting.
Sir, I believe Mr. Winnegar's told you about me. Ernest Albright.
Give me two. Told me what?
About my coming here to take over his store. Of course, the schedule's been moved up a bit. 12 months, actually. You see, I had an altercation with my employer and events accelerated. As events sometimes do.
Raise you 2 bits. Son, here in Tombstone, we got a saying. You don't play hero unless you got the firepower to back it up. If you don't, you just stir up all kind of ruckus. When that happens, guess he's got to leave whatever he's doing and get things calmed down. You with me, son?
Yes, sir. I wasn't trying to be a hero, sir.
Next time, try not to be one even harder.
Rejects.
Yes, sir.
Don't call me sir. I'm a lawman, not some dandified panty-waist city slicker.
Well, it's a real pleasure meeting you. I hope you'll honor me with your presence at the store's gala opening. Reopening. I'm going over to start getting things ready first thing in the morning. Break a day. Can't wait. Arcade?
How's that?
Mr. Winnegar's place.
Down on the left. Last house.
Not up on Main Street?
Down on the left.
What you want? I'm looking for Mr. Winnegar's place. What for? I'm Ernest Albright. I bought it.
Pay him for it?
Says so right here.
Fancy writing, that's for sure.
What's this?
Winnegar's place.
No, where's the store?
Ain't no store.
No. Winnegar's Jewelry and Optics Arcade.
What he's got, you're looking at.
Is this some kind of joke?
You don't see me laughing, do you?
Big bay windows. Paneled reception area. 2 up-to-date examination rooms.
The only thing that Winnegar uses this place for is hauling up between bouts of gambling. Gave up his store 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Oh, my God. I'll have another. As a matter of fact, just leave the bottle.
Morning, Marshal.
Morning. Well, looky here. Get the law in on this. That's what we need to do. How do you report a robbery in this town?
You find the marshal.
Then what?
You make sure he's on duty.
Are you on duty?
Nope. What'd they steal? A pair of your fancy spectacles?
My store.
That gun point?
By mail.
Yeah, you're the second party old Charlie Winnegar snagged himself this year. Man by the name of Dooley meets your train, huh? Tell you, Winnegar gone to Silver City? Huh? Put you up in some back street boarding house? Talk about Tombstone being a gold mine. Well, that was Charlie Winnegar.
I thought a marshal was supposed to see to it that the law gets obeyed. That people don't get swindled out of their life savings. That outlaws don't hold up trains like they own them. Especially if that marshal's name is Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp.
You done?
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, yes, sir. Marshal.
Mister, how are you? I'd get back on the same train to where I'd come from.
My dearest Miss Lawton, I send you warmest regards from historic Tombstone. It is everything I expected it to be, and much, much more. Please pardon my delay in writing, but as you can imagine, my first few weeks here have been a whirl of non-stop activity. It is, I must confess, taking a little longer than I expected to adjust to the more casual, more leisurely manner in which business is conducted in this town. But I do my best to overcome these minor hurdles with an ever greater, ever more dedicated commitment to the calling that has beckoned me here. Excuse me, ma'am. Could I interest you in a pair of high-quality eyeglasses. And, of course, there are compensations. The beauty of this land, the unspoiled charm of its people, the ever-unfolding adventure of frontier life provide a succession of thrills and rewards that can scarcely be put into words. It is Wiltshire. You're supposed to be in...
I know, but I'm not. Isn't it remarkable?
Remarkable.
I know what I've done is impulsive and mad and fraught with Lord knows what consequences, but Mr. Albright, my dear Mr. Albright, I had no choice. The morning after I received the letter announcing your departure, as I entered my uncle's store, I felt myself crushed by this dehumanizing force, a force I knew would continue to bear down and suffocate me day after day, year after year, forever. Aren't you even a tiny bit pleased to see me?
Miss Lawton, your arrival here just now is, well, to put it mildly, ill-timed.
Why is that, Mr. Albright?
Because you have traveled 3/4 of the way across this vast country to join me, and I am departing this horrid place and returning east on the Friday train.
Departing? But your wonderful new store.
There is no wonderful new store, Miss Lawton. There is only this shed, this hole in the wall, this hovel.
This?
Yes, this.
I'm certain with time and patience, wonders can be done to restore it.
No, they can't. Miss Lawton, when you have learned how I've allowed myself to be swindled out of my life savings, how I've alienated the only man in this lawless territory who might have been able to assist me, how in 3 weeks I've earned a grand total of 1 rail fare and 93 cents. I'm confident you'll board that train with me without a moment's regret.
Mr. Albright, I accept that a setback or two may have temporarily dampened your spirits, but snuffed out the fierce grandeur of your vision? Absolutely not. I know you, Mr. Albright. You're a fighter, not a quitter. What glorious country. Isn't it absolutely glorious?
Glorious.
Won't Mr. Winnegar be surprised when he finds we've come all the way to Silver City just to pay him this call? When he sees you're prepared to reclaim your money by whatever means possible.
You'll find another place to hide.
Cucumber sandwich? If he hides, we shall find him. If lawyers are needed, we shall hire lawyers. If detectives are required, we'll hire detectives.
Miss Lawton, do you know what this bag contains?
Your pistol.
Do you know why I brought it along?
For our protection?
To pay for this ridiculous expedition.
You plan to sell it? Oh, but we have this. $86.50.
You have, Miss Lawton. I will not allow you to throw good money after bad.
Mr. Albright, this is my money. Oh, those aren't those aren't the...
Yes, they are.
Oh, Mr. Albright, there must be something you can do.
I'd hide my money.
Thank you, thank you. Come on. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be delicious. Oh, thank you. Oh, look who we have here. Little old Four Eyes, my buddy, and his little cutie. What you got in that bag, cutie?
Nothing that would interest you. And kindly do not address me as cutie.
Oh, a spirited little one, aren't you? Let's see what little delicate items we have in here. You're not hiding anything from little old Lester, are you? Let me just check for my own self. Don't you dare. I don't believe what you just done, Four Eyes. You're gonna have to pay for that, you know. Now the other one went into just a little bit different. No, I'm not hurting you, am I now? I'm gonna show you some real fancy shooting now. Who the hell belongs to that?
It's mine.
What's it for?
It's my pistol.
Your pistol? What for?
For learning to shoot.
Bring it up here. Hurry up. Open it up, killer. Open it up. Come on.
You needn't waste your time with that. Here.
Come on, let's go. All right. Yeah, you two keep riding the train now, will you? Bye, folks. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I will not stand by while he rides off and go ahead.
There are three of them.
I counted.
But your glasses.
I can sight with my left eye.
What you doing? No one's taken a shot at a Dune boy before. Whoa.
Still planning to sell your pistol?
Something going on here I ought to know about.
We got ourselves a Doom boy, Marshal. We're finally starting to fight back.
There are only 9 of them left. Yeah, who organized the posse brought him in?
Well, it wasn't no posse, Marshal. It was this man right here. Brought Lester Doom down all by himself. Damnedest shooting I ever saw.
Well, is that a fact? You folks here tell me you had yourself quite a day, Albright.
Albright. Ernest Albright.
Well, I guess congratulations are in order.
Marshal, if I may, this is Miss Lucy.
Right, folks, this isn't going to mean trouble for Tombstone, Marshal.
Yeah? What kind of trouble, Mayor?
Well, the Doom boys getting back at us for this. You know, mayhem, looting, destruction of property.
I think we can handle anything they might try.
Hey, Thorn boys, instead of worrying about your precious real estate, how's about drinks on the house for Mr. Albright and Marshal Earth there?
How about drinks for everybody on the house?
Well, come on, Thornbush, you own the damn saloon and just about everything else in town. All right.
Where'd you learn how to shoot, Albright?
New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Here they come!
Reminds me, in a small way, the welcome I got when I brought in the Dalton boys.
Kansas City, 20 years ago.
15.
Jim Breyer, Silver City, was on the train. Saw the shootout. Get you a sheriff of Silver City, we'll build a jail of our own.
Sheriff Albright. You know what you've done by bringing in a Doom boy, don't you? Huh? You kicked open a hornet's nest, that's what you've done.
Much obliged if you could describe this for my son, Mr. Albright. To Jacob.
In fact, how the hell come you're still here when I told you to clear out 3 weeks ago? You think a couple lucky shots put you up there with the likes of Wyatt Earp? Huh? Do you? A couple lucky minutes up against my 20 years as a lawman?
20? Oh, it was 30 years ago in Abilene when you first brought in Cecil.
All right, that does it. Folks, young Mr. Albright here, not having had enough excitement for one day, is eager to give us another demonstration of his shooting skills. But this time, not from the inside of a train car, but out in the open, shooting it out man to man, with me!
Marshal, we have a misunderstanding here, right?
Elmore! Give him your gun!
I have the slightest desire to shoot it out with you, or for that matter, with anyone else. Or this morning, I never even pointed a gun at a person.
You stand right there. Mayor Thornbush, would you do the honors?
He's extremely sensitive.
Are you sure this is in the best interest of Tombstone, Marshal?
I don't think I'm speaking through my hat when I say that my interests and the interests of Tombstone have been and always will be one and the same.
Very well. Stand prepared, gentlemen. You will draw on the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Spared the boy. Outgunned him and spared him at the same time. The Lord love you, Wyatt Earp.
Good job. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, Marshal.
Well, I think what you did today was remarkable. I suppose there's nothing I can say that'll persuade you not to leave. Can you hear me, Mr. Albright?
Perfectly.
I mean, you are the first person to apprehend a Doom boy, ever. It was sheer jealousy that made Marshal Earp challenge you to that horrid shoot-up.
Shoot out.
Shootout. Most important of all, I'm convinced that if you stay, the people of Tombstone will clamor for your services and your business will flourish. Any comments on the above?
No.
There's the most vivid full moon tonight. Reminds me of that first night when you told me about the Wild West. Who would have dreamt we'd actually end up here together for a little while, anyway.
I'm sorry about the way things have turned out.
Oh, don't be. Really, what happened today is something I'll treasure as long as I live. Why, a heroine of the most thrilling, romantic novel couldn't have asked for a more wonderful adventure than I experienced on that train.
Oh, my, things.
You know what else I think?
What?
I think you're a very brave and generous man who really wants to help people to see. And if you've been a bit too trusting in your business dealings and haven't, as yet, fully mastered drawing a pistol, you are still most decidedly a genuine, bona fide hero. And no one can tell me otherwise. Good night. Lucy.
Lucy.
Still here, huh, Albright?
I'm leaving tomorrow on the noon train.
3 weeks too late.
I'd like to thank you for what you did today. Or rather, didn't do.
What the hell are you talking about?
You're shooting around me the way you did.
Around you? Bull bluff. I tried to get you, jackass. Did my best.
I don't understand.
No, you wouldn't. Every one of those damn bullets is meant for you.
To hit me?
To kill you.
Why am I still here?
How do you hit someone who keeps splitting in two?
Wait a minute. Are you saying you missed me unintentionally 6 times in a row?
6 lousy, stinking times.
Fast on the draw, blind as a bat.
What do you think? I stayed in the saloon all day drinking myself sick.
You should have asked me to stand closer.
Guess what?
You almost did. You're about as badly off as I am.
Worse! You can save up your pennies and start again someplace else.
Marshal.
What?
Wait here for me a minute, all right?
What the hell for? I'll be right back. Albright, hey! Bring me something to drink.
Albright.
No sign of cataracts.
Tombstone's dying, Albright. Dying of a yellow liver.
Put your head back.
Know what I'd have done a few years back, Albright? Huh? I'd have deputized myself a dozen men. Now the road out there to where the Doom Boys camp. They shot up the whole lot of them.
Look to your left.
Nowadays, I sit locked up here in Tombstone just playing it then, Marshal. Oh, those red-headed vultures call the rest of the county their own.
Now look to your right.
It ain't right. It stinks. I'm a has-been, Bobright. About as much use as a horse with 3 legs.
I'm gonna put some more atropine drops in your eyes. Now just close them for a few seconds.
I may be blind, but I ain't yaller. I'm gonna take a stand. If that means going down with a hail of bullets, well, so be it. I'll take every last one of them with me. All 9 of those. Carrot top. Bastards.
I think before you take anybody on, you're gonna need to see a whole lot better than you do now. And I'm just the one to help you.
Off duty.
I got my train.
Another damn cat stuck up some damn tree.
Marshal, open up, please. There's a packet of Doom Boys headed towards town. Said they're gonna free up their brother.
Who's guarding the jail?
No one.
No one.
No. Deputies Collins and Ritchie scattered as soon as they heard the news. Said they didn't feel so good.
Oh, that's just fine. That's just dead.
What are you gonna do?
What the hell you think I'm gonna do?
What'll I have to do for now?
What do you want, Bobright? Here, for you.
What the hell are these?
Temporary pair. Not your exact prescription.
Get out of my way.
But Marshal!
All that diddling with my eyes last night, I might have known you're up to no good.
But you're going to need these. These could save your life.
Get yourself and those things out of my sight.
Marshal, my train leaves in half an hour. If you'll try these on just for a second,
You listen, and you listen good. Any minute, a pack of cold-blooded murdering outlaws eat the likes of you for breakfast are gonna come riding up that street. And when they do, they're not gonna find Wyatt Earp waiting for them, wearing a pair of sissy glasses. Here they come!
Marshal, when they get done with you, you're gonna have so many bullets in you, you're gonna look like a steer.
Elmo, you stay here with him. There's 3 of them. 3's my lucky number.
Marshal, if you run this case, you try to back up in here, I swear to God, we're not gonna get me out of here. I'm gonna take your head and use it for target practice. You hear me? Huh?
I don't feel so good.
Just go right ahead and pass out right next to him. Yeah.
Elmo.
Look who's here to greet us.
Wyatt Earp, the famous lawman. My, don't he look here. Hey, Earp, why don't you just let old Lester out of jail? Let's go have us some beer. If I'm talking to you, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, what about it?
Not a chance.
Yeah, my brother's pretty set on getting Lester back.
Well, if you want to see him that bad, I'd be glad to fix the three of you up in a joining cell.
You ain't heard the last of us, Earp. We'll be back. We'll get you in the whole town. Whoa, horsey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah!
All right, you two, on your feet. Get up. Get in. Get them both inside. Lock them up.
You all right?
Just nicked me. Still plenty good enough.
Let's get this off you, Marshal. Get it up good here. You better have a seat.
Marshal, may I have a word with you? Alone?
Anything you gotta say, you can say it right here.
You know what you just said out there about your eyes? During the shootout, I was shooting too.
You alleging that Marshal Earp didn't gun down those two men himself?
Neither one.
Young fella, that is the most preposterous, the most slanderous.
Let him have his say, Doc.
Look at where they've been hit. In their gun hands and shoulders. Is that where you were aiming?
Marshal, this shoulder of yours is gonna
The point
have
is, you could have done it alone if you'd had these. There's 7 of them still out there. These mean the difference between life and death.
You've done.
I just hope you'll accept these in the spirit that they're offered.
That's half my answer. And here's the other half. Mister, I think it's high time you got back to New York to all those squinty-eyed city folks just dying to have you put those things on their faces.
Something unexpected came up.
There's no need to explain, Mr. Albright. I'm certain that whatever detained you was of sufficient importance to justify your delay.
It wasn't. I shouldn't have bothered. Please be careful with that. It contains valuable optical equipment and must be damaged.
Well, now that you're reunited with your luggage, I wish you a safe and speedy journey.
Slut! Slut! Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying.
Staying? What do you mean staying?
Renting a room, finding myself a position here in town, not leaving.
But yesterday I thought we agreed.
You came back to the room only to steal away like a thief in the night. I said to myself, Lucy Lawton, why are you going?
I didn't steal away.
My fear answered. You followed him out here. You have to follow him back. What other choice do you have?
No other choice. The only sensible
And then
choice.
just now, as I was about to let them load my bags on the train, I realized that even if I wanted to follow you, I couldn't. Because you weren't here to follow.
But you can't stay behind alone in this lawless town because of some last-minute whim.
There is no need to shout, Mr. Albright.
I'm not shouting. I am simply trying to make you see that this is no time to be giving into a spur-of-the-moment, emotionally biased decision.
Actually, I'm very grateful for last night. If the veil hadn't been lifted from my eyes, I might have spent the rest of my life like one of those, blindly trailing after you in hopes that one day you'd lavish as much care and affection on me as you do on those precious lenses of yours. You may, Mr. Albright, be committed to improving the vision of others, but when it comes to opening your eyes, and most especially that locked-up heart of yours, you're as blind as a bat.
I do wish to share my... Come back, please! Miss Lawton. Miss Lawton, the midst of a cattle drive is no place to discuss our feelings for one another.
Goodbye, Mr. Albright. I hope you and your lenses have a very happy life together.
Lawton, you'll just... I'll be right back!
Cases! I gotta get him out! I'm sorry. Stop the train! No. Sir, you can't do that. Stop!
Ticket, please. I'm not leaving. My cases.
No ticket, no ride.
Train! Reward! And schedule! Only time to stop when they stick us up! Oh! Okay! This is a stick-up! Stop the train! Cans? What? Cans! What do you mean, cans? Stop train! Gotta stick up engineer! Can't get to engine car from in here! Hey, what do you think you're doing? Something I'm sure I'll regret. You can't do that! You're crazy! I know!
Here you go, honey. It's okay, honey. I don't fight. Just get into town. Come back east. Don't tell me. You met a man who promised you matrimony, a home, the works. And when you got here, you found a no-good two-timing skunk shacked up with some other dame. And on top of that, when you started to bawl about it, he cracked you one right in the kisser. And if that wasn't bad enough, he threatened you. He said he was gonna cut you up into little pieces if he ever so much as laid eyes on you again. Come on inside, honey. Meet your sisters.
handed you over to them Rome-crazed rustlers. Naked.
You laid their trust up all night. Those rats and vermin's crawling all over your face. What happened then?
The cavalry came and rescued me.
The cavalry?
Only about 300 or 400 of them. And there was this fierce shooting. Fierce. And they killed the rustlers. All except the one with the eye patch. The white slaver who kidnapped me in the first place.
John Evans Chamberlain?
The man I'd come out here to marry.
Man. Here you go, honey. Best medicine there is for skunk bites. Go ahead, belt it down.
Me out of town, you needn't bother. As soon as I find my friend, we'll be on our way. If you want a public apology, just tell Marshal Earp I didn't mean a word of it.
We'll get that. No apologies. We come here to express our gratitude on behalf of the people of Tombstone for your heroic act of bravery back at the jail.
Lester Doom backed up your story. So did Deputy Elmo here.
I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't witnessed it with my own 2 eyes. I've never seen shooting like that before.
Whatever I did was to help Marshal Earp.
Well, we'll take care of that now. Well, that's why we're here.
Absolutely. Marshal Earp is gone.
Got kind of upset when he discovered who done the real shooting.
We got Matt Masterson coming over from Dodge City to take over.
Trouble is, he won't be here for 3 or 4 days.
I was asking if you just got to stand in till then.
Me? Indeed. You're asking me to fill in as Marshal?
Well, you're the only one that can keep the rest of the Dooms boys at bay until Matt Masterson gets here. We'll double the reward money. We'll triple the reward. We'll deputize every able-bodied man in town and put him under your command.
Absolutely.
I'm just an optometrist.
My mother warned me about the miner, said he's a wild and woolly type, and he'll try and pluck you off the vine before you're even ripe, and before you know it.
When I was a little girl, I used to pretend I was a chanteuse. Oh, it must be heaven to be able to perform on stage like that.
Did you ever do it?
What?
Perform in front of people.
Me? Oh, heavens, no.
Gold from that Mary, and before you know it, you've got gold dust in your eyes. You've got you dreaming dreams and living lies. We'll keep you dancing on a cloud beneath blue skies, as long as you've got gold dust in your eyes.
Have you seen Miss Lawton? Have you seen my friend?
We'll build you a store, Mr. Albright, right here in the center of town.
A whole building big enough for 10 examination rooms.
Lunatics. No one in this town wants glasses.
Oh, you're wrong, Mr. Albright. We all want glasses. Why, I'll buy a dozen pair myself.
So will I.
I'll buy a pair.
Or 2. Good Lord.
Frankie went down to South, looked in a window so high. There she saw her loving Johnny, making love to Nellie Bly. He was her man, but he done her wrong. Johnny saw Frankie a-comin'. Out the back door he did sneak, but Frankie took aim with her pistol, and the gun went root, shoot, shoot. Here was her man, but he done her wrong. What is it for, Mr. Albright?
For this place. It's not for you.
Oh, but it is. I like it here.
The terms of our proposal are unagreeable, Mr. Albright. We're prepared to let you make your own.
We need to talk. We need to put things in focus.
But I don't want to put things in focus. Tonight is having the most wonderfully defocusing effect on me.
Just state your terms, Mr. Albright. No reasonable request to be refused.
Look, I told you, I don't want the job of marshal, not even for a few hours.
Hey, you really want him as marshal?
We most certainly do.
Oh, he'll never accept. Too afraid you'll fall down laughing if you ever see him shoot. You're so worried about your precious dignity that you're willing to give up the chance of a lifetime.
Is it so?
Why, I've got more spirit of adventure in my little pinky than you have in that whole boring optometrist carcass of yours.
You're drunk.
And you're a sissy.
Oh, I am I? Still there, Thornbush?
I'm right behind you, Mr. Albright.
Is the position still open?
Most assuredly.
The answer is yes.
Under which terms?
All of them. The Tombstone wants me as its marshal. I accept the call to duty.
Ernest Albright, the savior of Tombstone.
Now, not one of your men is to so much as to peek over these barricades or those windows until Marshal Albright here goes for his gun.
Right. Ain't that letting them get awful close?
If we start shooting any sooner, they're likely to take cover.
Suppose they don't show.
What if the sun doesn't set?
Well, I guess we all know what we have to do. Gentlemen, Doc Wilson here will show you where to take positions with your men. Elmo, you better get back and watch the prisoners. Good luck.
It's almost done. Everyone is pitching in so beautifully. Nervous?
No.
I know they're dangerous men, but you're such a remarkable shot, and everyone here is completely behind you. Do you think all 7 will come?
Yes.
Can we hold off that many?
I hope so. Just keep with what you're doing, folks. Nothing to worry about. Everything's under control.
Look, he shot my brother. He tried to go for my gun. I guess I did.
Go get Doc Wilson.
I think you better wait.
It's all right. He's hurt. I'm going to try to help.
I got you, Four Eyes. Now you tell that little cutie to go bring those keys over here, or I'm gonna rip your head right off. Miss Lawton.
Yes, Mr. Albright.
Kindly pick up the keys, Miss Lawton. Have you got them?
Yes, I have, but...
Just do as I say, please. No discussion, no argument. Will you do that, Miss Lawton?
I'll do exactly as you say, Mr. Albright.
Good. Run, Miss Lawton! Run!
Now, the rest of the boys gonna be here in just a couple of minutes for our brother's coming out party. All of you, stay out of our way while we settle up business with Wyatt Earp. If you don't, we're gonna see to it that this town lives up to its name. Lazarus, give the folks a sample.
trouble. Where are you going? You have to help us. Please, come with me. You promised you'd back him no matter what. What kind of people are you? Are you all right? Oh, Mr. Albright, we must get you out of here at once.
That's right. You get little Four Eyes out of here before it's too late.
I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. I'm sorry I talked you into this mess. I see now what you meant about this awful place. What are you doing, Mr. Albright? Those terrible men will be back any minute. There isn't a soul out there to help you. 3 of them were enough to make this whole town run. What can you, single-handed, do against 7 of them? I'm not going to let you go out. I'm not going to let you get killed for this stupid, ungrateful little town. I'm not going to allow you to Mr. Albright. Your spectacles.
Thank you, Miss London.
Hey, where's Lester, Lynn, and Leroy? Tell everybody you got to the count of 10 to get him out of here. We're coming in to get him.
Don't waste your time counting. They're staying where they are.
Where the hell's the marshal?
You're looking at him.
What is this, some kind of damn joke?
You don't see me laughing.
You gonna stand us all off, huh? You know a count 2-bit ball dragging little runt. Let's get him!
What made you come back?
An old friend of yours I ran into in a saloon in Silver City.
What old friend?
Charlie Winter. If anybody had the cojones to tell Wyatt Earp he needed glasses, deserves our help. Put me up, Charlie.
$100 of your own money. I managed to hold on to it. I'd be honored to work off the rest of it.
Come on, Charlie, load him up.
Mr. Albright. Miss London. Lucy.
This is no place for you.
Oh, but it is.
Please go back. It's insane. Lucy.
Yes?
You're splendid.
see and saw we needed all the help you could give. The double reward money we promised. And a badge declaring you honorary Marshal of Tombstone. And a deed in perpetuity to the Albright Optical Emporium.
The Albright and Albright Optical Emporium.
Last but not least, a special ordinance requiring every man, woman, and child in Tombstone to have their eyes examined at least once a year.